Oh yes, it's Nick Shell, the internet receding hairline guy. I'm so proud of that title, by the way. I am. And I'm going to get to that in just a moment. As far as why I'm proud of that, think about this. I feel like the more I make these videos and the more I get comments, the more male celebrities I learn that actually have had some kind of procedure or process done. Whether it's some kind of quote, what do they call it? I don't know what it is, but some kind of, system. That's somebody keeps saying, well, they have part of a system. Kevin Spacey has a system because with a hairline going back that far, he couldn't have that much girth, that much thickness, right? I've learned this about Bono has had a hair transplant. I mean, I feel like every time I mention someone or someone's name comes up that's famous, that's a male, he's had some kind of thing done, or he's on Propecia, or he's on Rogaine. I feel like, can we name a celebrity who hasn't had something done? Like, I'm starting to wonder who's left. Who just naturally has hair and it's normal. Like, oh, that was another Steve Carell. That's another one that apparently has had a hair transplant. I'm like, who hasn't had who just has hair that is natural and normal? I don't even know anymore because I'm fooled by it. I'm fooled. It worked. The trick worked. I thought it was real and I never questioned it. I mean, who's next? Steven Tyler of Aerosmith? I mean, how old is that guy? Like 70? And he's got a full head of hair and like no receding hairline at all? Is that fake too? And it's funny because he came up back in the college days when I first started noticing that, okay, yeah, my hairline's starting to go up. I remember talking to my roommate Jamie about this, and I said, yeah, like that guy Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. Is that his real hair? And then he said, well, I don't know, but with as much money as he has, he's probably had something done. I don't know. And even now, I don't know. And no matter what you say in the comments, I won't be surprised if you said, oh yeah, that's definitely he's got a system or whatever it's called in place. He's had something done. I'll probably be surprised if you do tell me that that's his real hair. That's probably what I'll do. Because I even heard too that with Michael Jackson, that wasn't his real hair either. Ultimately that it got burned in that Pepsi commercial like in 1985. But even then, like that was always a wig that he was wearing. So it's just like, okay, then let's just reverse it. Let's not talk about who has had something done. Let's find someone who hasn't. Like, what male celebrity hasn't had some kind of hair thing done? Now, granted, we already know some. We know Vin Diesel, he shaves his head. We know Matt Lauer from the Today Show. He did exactly what I'm going to do, and he just shaved his head. We know that Howie Mandel, he shaved his head as well. So that's my route. That's what I'm going to choose to do. But that's what this video is about. It just feels like most male celebrities have had something done, which, you know me, fundamentally, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just letting my hair go. And I'm just going to let myself go bald and shave my head, and that's it. But man, it feels like the majority has got something done. So that's what I'm thinking about today. I'm realizing so many men have had something done, and I never realized. I would have never thought that about Steve Carell. I would have never thought that about Bono. Joe McHale was another one. I mean, every time I mention somebody famous, who's next? Ashton Kutcher. And what's funny about Ashton Kutcher is, back when I was in college and starting to realize my hair going up, Ashton Kutcher, let's see, I'm 35. I think he's 38. I think he's 3 years older than me. And I remember back in my early 20s, he and I had the same hairline. Well, now that he's closer to 40, I'm noticing that his hairline almost looks better than it did back when he and I were in our early 20s. So are you going to go ahead and tell me that Ashton Kutcher has had something done? I'd easily believe it. Because I can think back in the early 2000s, Butterfly Effect, in that movie. I remember there's a scene where it shows his hairline and it goes way up there. And that was back in, what, 2004 or 3 or whatever it was. So, what, him too, right? I mean, I'll just assume that. I'll assume that that's what you do. If you're in Hollywood or you're on the stage, you're in music, whatever you do, you get your hair saved from doing like what's going to happen to me, which was lose my hair. They put a stop to it. And I refuse, I rebel against this concept that you're going to save your hair. I will sink with the ship. It's fine. But I won't actually sink because I'll just shave it off and it's okay. It's acceptable. I'll be Matt Lauer or whatever his name is. And Vin Diesel. And who else shaves their head? Mandel. Right? So, that's what I got to say today. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna actually press stop and then start a new video, but we'll pretend it's a whole totally different thing. All right.